Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Good day, everyone. My name is Oluwa Mayowa. Okay. I'm not rapping anyways. It's a podcast anyway. Today, we're diving into a topic that many of us struggle with but don't talk about it enough. That's failure.
Welcome to Forgiven.
The very word can evoke feelings of dread, anxiety, and shame. But what if it comes to us that failure is not only inevitable, but also necessary for success? Think about it. Every successful person, from Thomas Edison to J.K. Rowling to ourselves, have experienced failure along the way. In today's reality, we are going to flip that mindset. So, let's talk about why failure is necessary, how to deal with it, and most importantly, how to bounce back stronger. You know, the funny thing about failure is that we're often taught to fear it from a young age. We're told to succeed, to win, to be the best, but when we really think about it, how many of our biggest lessons come from getting things right the first time we try it? A few or less right? Good. Some of the most successful people in the world failed countless times before they got it right. Think about people like Steve Jobs or even Michael Jordan. And ourselves, we have all been through moments of crushing failure. In this stage of failure teaches us humility. It helps us develop problem-solving skills. Failure encourages creativity and innovation. It builds resilience and perseverance. Yes, I'm sure you all will agree with me. Now, let me share a little story from my own life. I remember when I tried a music software for the first time. I panicked at first. Well, the interface was intimidating, and not getting it after the first 3 times walkthrough, I almost gave up on my music career. But when I tried to reason about it, I tried to create a special time for it, and now I'm much better with the app. Keywords there is that failure doesn't define us. It's part of the process. Each time we fail, we get closer to figuring out what works. If we shift our mindset to see failure as feedbacks rather than defeats, that's when we are really moving forward. But let's be real. It's not easy to face failure, yes, especially when you're afraid of what people will think or when you have invested so much time and energy into something. Let's talk about fear of failure. Why does it hold us back? It's because we don't want to look bad, we don't want to feel that pain of loss, and we don't want to deal with rejection. It's human, yes, it's normal to feel that way. But the thing is, if we don't try because we are afraid to fail, we're already failing. And we're failing by default because we're not giving ourselves the chances to succeed. I remember when I first started this podcast, to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if anyone would listen or care. My first few uploads didn't get the reaction I hoped for at all. It would have been easy to give up then, right? But here's the thing. I learned from it. I'm tweaking my approach, I'm refining my content, and little by little, things are about to shift. We don't have to get it right the first time, trust me. We just have to get started. The fear of failure is often worse than failure itself. And the more we face it, the easier it becomes to take risk. Now, how can we start embracing failure as a natural part of growth? 1. We need to reframe failure as a learning opportunity, where we consider the reason it didn't work the first time. 2. Take calculated risk. or measurable risk. 3. Surrounding ourselves with supportive people. And 4. Practicing self-compassion. So before now, we have failed. Now what? The bounce back is just as important as the failure itself. Once we have done that, it's time to set a pivot. Adjusting our strategies, taking what we have learned and trying again. Each failure gets us closer to success, but only if we don't give up. Failure is inevitable, but it's not the end. It's a stepping stone to success. Remember, every mistake brings us closer to our goals. There's a quote I love from Thomas Edison. When he was trying to invent the light bulb, he failed over 1,000 times, but instead of seeing those attempts as failures, he said, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I found 1,000 ways that didn't work. Imagine someone actually trying something for 1,000 times. Wow, that's mighty. That's the mindset you want to adopt. So, if we're going through a rough patch, if I've just experienced a failure, remember that we are in good company. Failure is inevitable, but it's also temporary. And each time we fail and learn, we are one step closer to success. So the secondary pupil or junior secondary pupil, probably the ones that attend the government school, that maybe in one way or the other had to repeat a class, and they feel like, yes, it's shameful, it doesn't really speak well seeing your colleagues going to the next class and you're here and they are in the same class. Now, you don't need to feel bad. All you need to do is re-strategize. What were the things that actually brought about you failing in the first place? Now, if you can be able to sketch all this out, I'm sure you're on the pathway to success. You'll even be better than your colleagues that are in the next class, because you will always want to tax yourself. You always want to be curious to know what's the next thing to do. So I'll leave us with this: embracing our failures. Let's learn from them. We shouldn't be afraid to take risk because we're worried about falling down. Every stumble gets us closer to standing tall. Join us next Saturday as we bring to you more realities. Do have a lovely day and stay safe. Be a DIY. Do it yourself. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Forgiven.